Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Rooster Stone Show. Yeah, buddy, we're back, man. I got my buddy Kyle here from 30 West Entertainment. We're going to we've got a great episode for you today. This is just, I've been waiting to do this one for so long with you, Kyle. This is great. So we're going to choose our top 3 hair band ballads of 1988. I mean, we're talking prime hair band. This is like the golden age of hair bands. 88 was like, oh, all right.
Yes,
so
it was.
do we have
16 years old I was.
some good choices here? You were 16 in 88? Yeah. Man, you old, bro.
Yeah, I'm a little older than you.
Dude, I was in 7th and 8th grade in 88. That's cray.
Man.
I didn't realize you was an old man. You need help getting up the stairs later?
Settle down there, hippie.
Yeah. Going to get a slap in the face on live show. Hey, so I'm so excited about this episode. I'm glad you're here, dude. So let's just roll with it, man. Give me your first song. Top 3 hair band ballads. What do you got?
All right. In no particular order, but I'm starting off with The Flame by Cheap Trick off their 10th studio album, Lap of Luxury. This song reached number 1 on the Hot 100 in July of 1988. So the band was formed in Rockford, Illinois in 1973. They gained widespread recognition for their unique sound.
Yeah.
At one point, they were asked to work with outside songwriters. But Rick Nielsen, their lead guitarist and main songwriter, they got this famous story where they were in there listening to this, and he actually went over, popped the tape out, pulled it out, threw it to the ground, and stomped it.
Dude, that's so rock and roll. I love it. We're not playing any old brothers music.
And
rubbish.
And this song reflects an enduring love and commitment, challenging intense emotions like loneliness and heartbreak. They also come along with iconic songs like I Want You to Want Me, Surrender, and Dream Police have become timeless anthems.
Dude, yeah. This band was already ginormous.
I know.
And they had like this huge space between this song and the song before. Like, Mama's All Right,
Surrender.
Yeah, dude, that song was like the early 80s. So
Mother
it's like
told me, yes, she told me.
Dude, I mean, I feel like this is so long, but dude, The Flame, this is such a great tune. I have so much nostalgia from this era because of the age that I was, but dude, I love this song. It was that summer. Oh, it's so good, dude. That beautiful guitar.
That intro. Dun, dun, dun,
yeah, it's so good, man. Dude, it's so good. It's really good. So excellent choice to kick us off. Dude, I didn't hold back on this, man. I went right for the jugular on literally every pick I got. So I'm going to roll out just swinging with Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Poison, Open Up and Say Ah, right? Dude, Poison really started the whole look how tender we can be with an acoustic guitar thing in the hair band scene. I mean, you had that 87 MTV Music Awards where, John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora came out and played the acoustic version of Living on a Prayer. And then they did, I'm a cowboy, But this is like really the song that sort of catapulted that acoustic thing into a number 1 hit. It cannot be stressed how big this song was when it came out. It just cannot. They were a popular band before, but they became one of the top grossing bands of the era after this tune. Just the way that Bret Michaels sings this song, or the way he plays that acoustic guitar, man, it really gets you in the feels if you were part of it. And I mean, that acoustic guitar sounds as good as any I have ever heard in a recording in all my years. Whoever mic'd that guitar, dude, you are a legend. I'm telling you, this song has so many layers that give it texture. But that bridge, and how it builds to that amazing solo by CeCe DeVille, dude was a little wacky, but man, could he play. And Ricky Rocket's snare is so wet, it sounds like he's playing his kit in a cavern. This song still holds up. I think the ballads of the hair bands really are unrivaled. No one could do it like they could. This is one of the best ballads I have ever heard in my entire life.
I would have to agree with you. I absolutely love this song. I absolutely love the band. I just saw they announced they are doing a tour with the original lineup. They're putting the band back together, as they would say, like the original lineup.
That's crazy. So with CC too?
Yeah, CC's back.
Wow, dude.
Yep, they had like a promo picture and everything, and I was like, all right, these guys they're about to take on the world again. But like you said, this ballad, I feel like it was just at the right place at the right time, and once that blew up, it's like all the bands, it was just like waves of power ballads. Yeah. You know what? And I ate it like a fat kid eating candy. Like,
dude,
I'm one of those
so
fat
good.
kids eating candy.
Dude, I mean, it really is that good. And I do want to give a final shout out to Butler, Pennsylvania here, man. Representing. Yeah. So what do you got for number 2? What do you got for number 2?
All right. Number 2 is When It's Love by Van Halen on their OU812 album. Van Halen. Van Hagar, need I say more?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Sammy Hagar fan. I love Sammy Hagar. Yeah. I love both Van Halen eras, but I am more of a Hagar era kind of guy.
Yeah, okay.
So, and the thing about Van Halen is they were rarely known for their deep lyrics. This song really resonated with the fans. It was their third biggest hit after Jump at number 1 and Why Can't This Be Love at number 3.
Yeah.
So you take a look at this. You got Why Can't This Be Love, Van Hagar. When It's Love, Van Hagar. You know, a little bit of Roth in there with Jump, but I do love the song Jump.
Dude, yeah.
This solidified their place in rock history. Sammy Hagar admitted to feeling uncomfortable shooting videos, lip syncing, and sometimes appearing phony. His solution was simple: crank up the music, belt out the lyrics, even though it left him unable to perform at a concert the next day after recording the video.
Wow. Dude, you know what, man? You bring up a good point about, Van Halen and Van Hagar. And I've had this conversation with so many people over the years. If you can look at these bands as two separate bands, you can enjoy them both.
Absolutely.
If you're constantly comparing, it's always cooler to be the Van Halen's better with David Lee Roth guy. Yeah, okay, you're cool. Dude, Van Hagar rocks.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Van Halen rocks. They're both great. They're just totally different bands. Right?
And let's be honest, neither would exist without Eddie Van Halen.
Right. And yeah, it was
and
really
Alex
his
too.
band.
Love you, Alex.
Dude, it's great. Look, this is a great song. This album is great. It's actually one of my favorite albums from this group of all time. There are so many great songs in this one. This is a great choice. I'm glad you put Van Halen on here. Van Hagar. It's a good choice. So for my second song, I'm just going for it, man. I chose Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Going.
Yeah, dude, this album was released in the summer of 1987, but it took almost a full year before anyone would listen to it. And that's why I put it on 88, because it really came out and was popular on the radio in 88. Geffen Records had to bribe radio stations and MTV just to play Welcome to the Jungle at first. But once they released this song, the band was rocketed into stardom. I distinctly remember this being the song of the summer of 1988. That guitar lick is so signature that even after all these years, when I hear it, it takes me back to days chilling with my best friend and brother Ronnie. Axl Rose's incredibly unique voice is so sweet at first, and then it just growls at the end. His voice is so versatile. It's perfect. Some may say that it's not strictly a hair band, or a ballad for that matter, but if you look at that Welcome to the Jungle video, you can hardly argue it. I mean, look at their hair in that video. This band had an edge that allowed them to survive the coming hair band apocalypse caused by the grunge movement just a few short years later. But in the summer of 1988, they were undoubtedly a hair band, and this is one of the greatest hair band ballads there is. It's also one of the very best songs of the entire decade.
Absolutely, and I feel not only one of the best songs of the entire decade, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. from the first to the last song. Appetite for Destruction is one of the best albums of that era and decade.
Oh yeah,
as far as I'm concerned,
maybe one of the best rock albums of all time.
It's one of the.
It really is.
It's
every song is a
every song
smash
I love.
hit.
I could listen to it from beginning to end. But as far as this song, again, I love the nostalgia. It takes me back. I remember when my friend Lyle introduced me to this band. Mm-hmm. His radio was broken in his car, and when he would pick me up and we would go, trucking around, I would hold his boombox in my lap with the cassette in it, and we would just I'd be rocking with Appetite for Destruction in my lap.
Dude, I swear to God, that should be the name of an album. Appetite for Destruction in my lap. Dude, that is awesome. I want to write that song. I'm going to write that song.
Nice.
I'll give you a credit, I promise.
All right, let me do some backup vocals for you.
Dude, I'm telling you. It's a good one. So I can't believe it. We're already at the last song.
I don't like when we get to the last song.
How does it come so quickly every time?
Going and going.
Let's go, baby. All right, give it to us, man, because you got a good one here.
All right, my last one is none other than Close My Eyes Forever. Lita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne off the Lita album. So, as it goes, Ozzy Osbourne and Lita Ford's collaboration led to this accidental creation of the song. They were in the studio. At this point in time, in this era, they both drank heavily and inadvertently wrote the lyrics together.
Wow.
And so the story goes, So what's crazy is Ozzy's album, The Ultimate Sin, was released in 1986. Then followed by No Rest for the Wicked in 1988, which I love both of these albums, which marked what I really loved about No Rest for the Wicked, why I'm bringing it up, is it marked the first appearance of one of my all-time favorite guitarists, Zakk Wylde, into the band's lineup.
Right on.
So what really I find fascinating and love about this song, think about this. Can you believe, of all things, the madman, the Prince of Darkness, the godfather of heavy metal, drops a power ballad bomb with Lita Ford, Grenade, boom, dude. In between those two albums.
Dude, I'm telling you. I mean,
and I don't know if I ever told you this, but if I haven't, I'm going to tell you now. 16-year-old me had 110% plans to marry Lita Ford. I was going to marry Lita Ford.
Dude, everybody was. Everybody would have married Lita Ford.
I was first in line. I love you, Lita.
I don't care who you are, male, female, everyone would have married Lita Ford.
I'd still marry Lita Ford.
Dude.
Don't tell my wife.
That Kiss Me Deadly video, bro. Dude.
The album cover?
Dude, yeah. Look, Lita Ford, man. I mean, the Runaways, baby. I mean, like, we're being serious here. This song, by the way, what a phenomenal choice. You have this, like, it's like you said, it's like the godfather of heavy metal is going to do this beautiful ballad, but it's dark at the same time. So it was like still legit, because you could see him like in the middle of it, just eating a bat's head.
Oh yeah, it's got the Ozzy touch.
Dude, I'm telling you, what a great choice, dude. I mean, both their voices, this might be one of the best ballads ever. Like, I mean, duets. Like, it is such a great duet, and they sound magnificent together. Oh, I can't say enough about this tune. I wish I would have chosen it myself. I loved it.
But you got to check it out because it was redone, actually. I wanted to share that with you.
Who redid it?
Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm and the lead singer from Disturbed. Check it out.
Dude.
It's a good, but it's not Ozzy and Lita.
Bro, some things shouldn't be touched, man. That's like trying to do a cover version of Stairway to Heaven.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm going to check it out because you like it. I'll check it out.
It's not as good as the original, but you know what?
Yeah.
It does it some justice.
Okay.
It's just because I love when Disturbed's lead vocalist, for some reason, his name's, sticks in my mind.
Yeah.
His tones, and when he gets really melodic, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a haunting voice.
I don't know. I'll check it out because they did such a good job with Sounds of Silence. I'll check it out. I'll look at it.
Sounds of Silence. I call it hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that song always was, even from Simon and Garfunkel.
Absolutely.
So for my last song, I'm going to choose "Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone." Dude, Cinderella, Long Cold Winter. First of all, I had no idea these guys were from Philly.
Yep.
Like, no idea.
Local
That
boys.
is crazy. This song was the slow dance tune of that year. Trust me, I know. Getting up the courage to ask a girl to dance in 1988 in junior high school was a serious test, man.
You're messing with my anxiety right now,
dude,
man.
I'm telling you, and you really only had like that first few chords to ask anyone before people disappeared off the floor or got asked by somebody else. It was brutal. Oh, I need a second. This song, though, it has everything, man. The piano intro, the gravelly voice singing something sweet, the guitar arpeggio, the soaring keyboards, the drums that sound like a gunshot, the long fade. I always loved Tom Kiefer's voice. It was really just so unique. This song is another perfect example of the hairband ballad. As sweet as it is, there's always a section of the song that reminds you that this is an edgy rock band. In this song's case, it's the bridge, one of my favorite parts of the whole song. This song has a lot of personal memories tied to it. It is such a good one.
What I love about this song is simply, it's Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the era of the 80s, Cinderella was always probably in my top 4 or 5 favorites. I just love their bluesy rock, that feel. But like you said, this song is just so amazing. I love the piano intro.
Mm-hmm.
It's
beautiful.
It's a beautiful song. I just love everything about the song. And like I said, it's Cinderella. And that's how I look at it. I love Cinderella. They're a great band. And this album, Long Cold Winter, along with this song, do you know how many times I've listened onto a loop, not just this song, but the song Gypsy Road?
Oh, dude, that's a great song too. Dude, and the entirety of Night Songs, I mean, this album and this group is super good. I wanted to say this before this episode is over. A lot of times the hair bands are, the butt end of a lot of jokes in music. But there was a cost to the grunge revolution. The thing about the hair bands that was really a good thing, they had become decadent, they had become cheesy, it had run its course. But one of the things that we lost in that moment, and music has never really recovered, mainstream music has never really recovered, is that the musicians themselves in the hair bands were the most talented musicians in the world. It was obvious on display, particularly because every single band had a guitar virtuoso. We lost some of that when grunge came along. The talent level of the musicians in these bands kind of went down a bit. We talked about this earlier today, and it never really recovered. It's one of the things that as a musician, I've always sort of wished would kind of make a turnaround, that sort of these great musicians would start to come back into popular music, and they just never had. In fact, they keep doubling down, and it keeps getting even more dull than it was before, to the point now where pop music is almost unlistenable. So whatever you feel about these bands and however you feel about grunge and what it did for music, that's what I feel about it. I don't know.
I can't agree with you more, brother.
Yeah. So there it is. Hey, man, we're glad you stuck around if you made it this long. Don't forget to check out Rooster Stone at roosterstone.com. Listen to our original music there. We got some new stuff coming out shortly. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to us on all social media outlets. And don't forget the most important thing that we say on the show. I wish you peace and one love. Come on over to roosterstone.com, where you can book the band for any event you can imagine. Acoustic, full band, whatever your event may require. You can also email us to take online music lessons at an affordable monthly price. Don't forget to download our original music and like, follow, and subscribe to Rooster Stone across all social media platforms. Keep rocking out at roosterstone.com.